Okay, well, today I'm going to ask you some questions for our speaking tags. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the first question for you is, have you ever borrowed books from a library? What was your experience like?
I never borrow from a library because it doesn't have any good book in my town's library. That's why I never borrow book from a library. If I want to read book, I always find book that I want to read from a bookshop.
Okay, so the next question for you is, well, do you usually get you a coffee? Do you make it at home or buy it from a coffee shop?
I always drink covered coffee in the morning. I make it at home because it's very easy to make a covered coffee at home. That's why I always make my coffee at home. I always drink black coffee. One of my favorite coffee is black coffee.
All right. Then the next one is, do you own a mobile phone? How often do you use it?
I'm only 12 years old. That's why my parents told me that I can get I can they can buy a phone for me. That's why I don't use any phone. If I want to find something, I always use my mom's phone. But I have my own tablet. But it is for study, not for others.
Okay. Then, well, do you usually watch movie? Do you prefer going to the cinema or watching at home usually?
Um, you know, I always watch movie at home. Actually, I love going to the cinema, but it doesn't have any cinema in my town. That's why I always watch movie at home. But when I go to other city, I always watch movie in the cinema.
Okay. Then, how often do you spend time with your friends? Do you meet them in person or talk on the internet?
Actually, I chat with I always talk online with my friend because my mom don't want me to go out. That's why I always talk with my friends on online. But sometimes when I go to the tuition, I when I see my friend, we always met in person. Yeah, but actually not more.
Mm-hmm. Then, how do you handle disagreement or negative comments on your social media post?
I don't have any I don't have any negative comment in my social media post. But if someone were comment me like negative comment, I will explain that. I will tell that someone softly and tell the truth. Yeah, I think it like that. It's a good way of solution the negative comment.
Okay. Then, what is your favorite drink? Is it a hot or cold beverage?
I love drinking hot. My favorite drink is coffee. I love drinking coffee very much, and it can refresh for me. That's why I always drink coffee. But actually, I drink black coffee in the morning every day.
Okay. Then the last question for you is, what is your favorite title holiday destination and why?
My favorite type of holiday destination is going to the beach. I like traveling. Traveling is my relaxed time. If I want to relax, I always travel, and I also go. But actually, we always go to the beach when we want to relax. When we want to relax, we always go to the beach, and I love going to the beach because I love sunbathing and I love collecting seashore. I love eating seafood, and also my favorite sport is swimming. That's why we always choose the beach when we want to relax. Yeah, we got water
Okay.
sand. And but now we can't go to the beach because of my sister need to go to the school. That's need to go to the school. That's why we go. We don't go to the beach in the summer. But after finish high school, we will make a
Thế đại
holiday.
đều.
We will go to a lot of
Thì đó
cities.
mà làm việc ông.
Okay, HMJ. So this is the end of our speaking test, and thank you for answering my question, Will. Thank you.
Thank you.